Alright, Commissioner, after a few days of research, I've gathered up a status report here. A few days ago, 20-year-old college student Anna Garcia was found lying dead at 10 a.m. by Taylor Diaz, a 19-year-old college student who was a good friend of hers. Anna's last known actions on social media was a post of her prepping the general chemistry lab around 13 hours before her body was found. She typically went to soccer practice at around 3 p.m. and worked part-time in the Country Life Science building, where she was found dead. When I arrived at the scene, the decedent's body was sprawled on the ground next to the table. Her hand was 1.5 feet away from the table, her left heel 1 foot away from the closet, and 3 feet away from the nearby counter. There was some passive blood spatter found at the corner of the table and the floor, along with some books. Other evidence included a 250 milliliter Erlenmeyer flask with a fingerprint, lo-fi eggs on her lips, strands of hair on her shoulder, and a note with a fingerprint on it as well. The three current suspects are Eric Piedmont, Dominique Hall, and Taylor Diaz, which are all friends of Anna Garcia. Taylor claimed that he last saw Anna in the lab at 1 p.m. the day before he found the body, but the digital evidence doesn't line up. He also walked out of the lab and closed the door before calling the police, which is some incredibly suspicious movement, though no further evidence proves it. Eric said that he last saw Anna at a lunch date the day before Taylor found the body, and according to Anna's texts and Eric's friends, Eric and Anna were not getting along well. Dominique last saw Anna at a study group meeting at 5:30 p.m. the day before she was found dead, and was possibly lying for a few interrogative questions. There was a considerable amount of concrete evidence against Eric. The blood spatter was found to be Anna Garcia's, along with a fingerprint on the flask, and the strands of hair on her shoulder were most likely Eric's, along with a fingerprint on the note. Though there was a lot of evidence pointing towards Eric, there might be another cause. According to her social media, she was most likely ingesting sumatriptan, stuck in it 100 milligrams, judging from the shape and the context, for a chronic migraine around 15 hours before her body was found. She had also ingested coffee in the form of an espresso around 2 hours before that. I currently believe that her death is natural due to the previous findings and the way she was found dead, but that it is still debatable. Until we receive concrete evidence on how she died in the form of autopsy results, we don't have a medical history or anything medically related we can go off of, and her cause of death can only be marked as undetermined.